Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, you'll learn the second chapter of political science, that is the union government. In this chapter, you learn the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, their structure, membership, qualifications and functions, the election of president, qualification to become president, the prime minister and his functions. First, let's know the meaning of union government. What do you mean by the union government? Union government is another name of a central government. It is called as union government because as per Article 1 of Indian Constitution, India is a union of states. India is a democratic republic country. It has a federal system of government. Then what is federal system of government? Federal system of government means union or central government at a center and state governments in the states. India has 28 states. So, the powers are divided between the center and the states. But the central government has given more powers in view of the unity and security of the nation during emergencies. It exercises these powers through the legislature, executive and judiciary. Every government generally consists of three organs. Such organs are legislature, executive and judiciary. The legislative wing of the union government is known as the Parliament. Article 79 of the Indian Constitution states that there shall be a Parliament which consists of Indian President, the House of People, that is Lok Sabha, and the Council of States, that is Rajya Sabha. Indian Parliament is bicameral in nature. Bicameral means a legislature with two houses. Coming to Union Legislature. Union Legislature is also known as Parliament. The Parliament consists of the President, the Council of States, that is Rajya Sabha, and the House of People, that is Lok Sabha. The members of both the houses is known as MPs or members of the Parliament. The Parliament has to meet at least twice in a year. India has adopted the parliamentary system of government and the union legislature is called Parliament. Why a parliament government? That is, why India needs a parliament government or why India has adopted a parliamentary government? Because India is a republic. The head of the Indian Union is the President. It comprises of Council of Ministers. The ministers are collectively responsible for the administration of the country. And following British pattern, India has adopted the parliamentary form of government. The Parliament of India consists of two houses, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha and the President. Upper house is called as Rajya Sabha or it is also called as the House of Lords or the house of intellectuals. Lok Sabha is called as the lower house or the house of commons. First, let us discuss Rajya Sabha. The Constitution provides that the Rajya Sabha shall consist of 250 members, of which 12 members shall be nominated by the President of India from amongst a person having special knowledge or practical experience in respect of such matters as literature, science, art, and social service, and not more than 238 representatives of the states and of the union territories. This house is also known as the House of Elders. Now let's see the elections of Rajya Sabha. The members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the Legislative Assembly of the state. That is, the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the MLAs of each state. Look at the second point there. People, members of Legislative Assembly, that is MLA, members of Rajya Sabha. It means people elect the members of Legislative Assembly, and the members of Legislative Assembly elects members of Rajya Sabha. The term of Rajya Sabha or the tenure of Rajya Sabha is 6 years, and it is a permanent house. 1/3 of the total number of members retire every 2 years, and in their place new members are elected. If the members do not wish to continue, they may resign. Presiding officer of Rajya Sabha. Vice President of India is the presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha. He is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. In his absence, deputy chairman perform these functions. The present presiding officer of Rajya Sabha is Venkaiah Naidu. Now let's see what are the qualifications required to become the member of Rajya Sabha. First one is he should be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 30 years of age. He should have his name in electoral rolls in any part of the country. He should not hold any office of profit under Government of India. He shouldn't be insolvent. He shouldn't be a proclaimed criminal, or he should not have been punished under law. He shouldn't be of unsound mind. It means he should not have been declared to be a person of unsound mind by a court of law. He should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the Parliament. Now let's see the second house, that is Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha. This is also called as the lower house. It is the house of a people. It has 545 members. 543 members are directly elected by citizens of India on the basis of universal adult franchise. What is this universal adult franchise? Universal adult franchise means the citizen of the country who is 18 plus years have the right to vote. Okay. So 543 members are directly elected by citizens of India on the basis of universal adult franchise, representing parliamentary constituencies across the country. 2 members are appointed by the President of India from the Anglo-Indian community. Okay. Now, term and composition. According to Constitution, the term of Lok Sabha is 5 years. That is, the Lok Sabha members are elected for a term of 5 years. However, it can be dissolved before the expiry of its normal term by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President may dissolve the Lok Sabha. During emergency, the term may be extended for 1 year. Composition, that is, maximum strength is 552. Not more than 530 members shall present the states. Not more than 20 members shall represent the union territories. 2 members are appointed by the President of India from the Anglo-Indian community. Now let's have a look over the qualifications required to be a member of Lok Sabha. First one is, he should be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 25 years of age. Should not hold any office of profit under Government of India. He should have his name in the electoral rolls in any part of the country. He should be of a sound mind. He shouldn't be a proclaimed criminal, that is, should not have been punished under law. He shouldn't be in debt. He should possess qualifications as specified by Parliament from time to time. Presiding officer of Lok Sabha. Who is the presiding officer of Lok Sabha? The presiding officer of the Lok Sabha is known as the Speaker. The Lok Sabha members elect the Speaker from among themselves. The Speaker conducts the proceedings of the House and maintains order within the House. Sometimes, after a debate, the Speaker takes a vote on the issue. Usually, the Speaker does not vote, but if there is a tie, he can exercise a casting vote, it is deciding to vote. The Speaker generally belongs to a ruling party but has to act impartially. The Lok Sabha members also elect a deputy speaker who presides over the House in the absence of the Speaker. Election, that is, how the Speaker of Lok Sabha is elected. The Speaker of Lok Sabha is elected from among its own members as soon as the newly elected House meets for the first time. When the House dissolves, he or she remains in the office till a new Speaker is elected. The Speaker of Lok Sabha is elected for a term of 5 years. The Speaker can be removed if the majority of the House passes a resolution. Deputy Speaker takes over the office after his removal or in his absence. The Speaker may resign from his post on health or other grounds by submitting a letter of resignation to the Deputy Speaker. The Speaker should maintain the dignity and decorum of the House. The Speaker gives his ruling whenever there are questions about validity of the proceedings. According to the protocol, all including the Prime Minister are expected to respect the Speaker of the House. When bills get equal number of votes for and against them, the Speaker casts the deciding vote. We have already discussed this. The Deputy Speaker conducts the proceedings in the absence of the Speaker. Let's discuss in detail the role and functions of a Speaker. The Speaker presides all the meetings of the House. The Speaker interprets the rules of the procedure of the House. His decision is final decision. All the bills passed by the House are signed by him before it is sent to Rajya Sabha or President. The Speaker decides whether the bill is a money bill or not. The Speaker decides the admissibility of all questions and resolutions. Dear students, we will wind up this session here. In the next session, we shall come up with the powers and functions of the Parliament and role and work of a opposition leader and union executive, that is President and the Prime Minister. Thank you and have a good day.